Welcome back to Ms. World Traveler Goes on Vacation. The last time I was in Johannesburg was in 2000. So after 25 years, I was due for a redo. Plus, I don't have any pictures from that trip, so my recollection is poor at best. This time, I got lots of video, and I'm ready, willing, able, and excited to share it with you. It never gets easier waking up at 2 a.m. for a very early morning flight from Maputo, Mozambique to Johannesburg. But I arrived at 8:30 a.m. and was picked up by my guide, Ephraim, for a full day of sightseeing.
Welcome to Johannesburg, Amanda.
First up was the Lesedi Cultural Village. And yes, I get that this is the third cultural village I've shown you on my Africa trip. However, each culture is different, and each nationality is proud to share their ancestral customs. So this World Heritage Site, in the area known as the Cradle of Humankind, focused on connecting the past with the present by immersing guests in cultural traditions. Waiting for the tour to begin, there were vendors selling their handmade jewelry, shops for souvenirs, face painting, and visiting with the locals. Delightful browsing killed the time quickly. And then the tour began in the theater with a young woman teaching the audience about different drum beats and having us try them. I'm not sure I was very good at it, as it took me a couple times to get the beat down. So I was ready to move on to the next stage of the tour. Set up with different tribal groups and their style of living, we visited several different communities, calling out for permission to enter at each one.
My name is Lebo, Lebo, and I'll be your tour guide for today. We are now in our first village, which is the Zulu village. And the Zulu people, they are all the way from KwaZulu-Natal. They are the sons and daughters of King Shaka Zulu. Now looking behind us, Yebo, he is welcoming us. He is the security guard. We can't just go inside without asking for permission. So to ask for permission, we need to shout and say, Sikulegi lekaya.
There were players in each tribal area that told about different aspects of their life, like hunting, cooking, societal norms, chores, folklore, and so on, while wearing their traditional garb. I enjoyed seeing how each individual group had their own approach and practices, but my favorite was when we didn't formally visit. Near the front entrance were the painted houses of the Ndebele people, and I thought they were beautiful with their colorful geometric patterns. I'm not bold on the interior of my house, but haven't yet had the courage to carify the exterior. But now I'm inspired. Departing from Lesedi, we drove to a funky shopping area called Maboneng, known for its independent designers and artists.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Olatunde Ayongbayi, and that's my partner over there, Maria. So in the month of February, we've got permission from the owner of the space, a gentleman by the name Dave, an American citizen and editor for New York Times. So we got the permission to start a beautiful art and a creative space in here. Got 5 residence artists, 2 college-trained fashion designer and a crafter, and we all work from in here, creating all of these beautiful pieces.
Turning what could have been an eyesore into a showcase for emerging artists who needed a place to display is part of the mission. And there were several mediums represented, including paintings, jewelry, and one-of-a-kind fashion designs. Another unlikely tucked-away gallery was the David Krepp Projects, a print shop moonlighting as an art exhibit.
So the work that's standing behind you, the work that you have behind you, is by an artist named William Kentridge. He is one of South Africa's leading, most well-known artists. He's been in the game for about 35 years, give or take now. But this particular piece came about because he was commissioned by the city of Rome to make a mural along the Tiber River, which spans 550 meters across and is 10 meters tall. And the stipulations that were more or less given to him was that they need to speak on Rome's history. Whatever the mural that he would to make needs to speak on Rome's history in some way or another.
More wandering around took us down the street, where I met a young woman who has found a clever way to reuse fabric scraps. So I'm here with Tusani, and I've just bought this beautiful collar, I guess, that she designed out of scraps. Nothing goes to waste, so she takes all of the extra pieces and makes them into this beautiful design. So I just bought one, and I'm going to look fashionable like this. Yes, it's fabulous. A fun day in the bag. It was time to check into my hotel, located in the affluent, safe suburb of Sandton, and relax for the evening. Day 2 in Johannesburg was all about shopping, beginning with Oriental Plaza, a mall marketing to the Middle East crowd. I spent a couple of hours there, perusing fabrics and clothing, and although it wasn't fancy by any stretch of the imagination, the prices were reasonable, and I had a great shopping experience. My guide Ephraim worked really hard to find me interesting places to shop. And while not all of them were quite the right thing, he did hit it out of the park with Bryanston Market. If only we had arrived more than 30 minutes before they closed. But I'm no stranger to shopping fast.
This is a multi-color peppermint. The black is African blackwood. That is red ivory. The yellow piece there is sneezewood. The purple is purple heart. The green color, more or less green, is e-pipe. And then it repeats itself.
I thought Stoney's woodworking was amazing and bought a pepper mill as a gift for my brother and sister-in-law. Continuing to wander around, I saw really cool bird art and then was drawn to the sound and aroma of popping kettle corn. My final shopping excursion of the day was to Nelson Mandela Square, a 10-minute walk from my hotel, which encompassed a courtyard with art sculptures, restaurants, seating areas, and a clock tower perfect for taking pictures. The attached mall was a beautiful but typical group of luxury stores. Day 3 was actually a half day because of an evening flight home. So right off the bat, we went to an art fair being held in a grassy area off one of the main roads. The artists were eager to talk, especially Lorena Ruffin, from whom I bought a brightly colored floral painting.
Hi, I'm Lorena. an artist living in South Africa for about 30 years now. Primarily I paint flowers, sometimes animals. You'll see mostly flowers around here. I do like landscapes. The works are either in acrylics or on oils, sometimes on canvas and quite often on paper like this one.
It was a good thing we started the day with something lighthearted, as the next stop was the heaviest place I visited on my entire trip. During its 100-year history, the former prison and military fort at Constitution Hill incarcerated thousands of both world-famous and ordinary people on South Africa's journey to democracy. Abuse, neglect, atrocities, overcrowding, poor sanitation, and disease were common occurrences. But by preserving the compound that closed to inmates in 1983, it became a site dedicated to honoring heritage, educating the public, and encouraging tourism. Special exhibitions were on display for a couple of their most well-known prisoners, Mahatma Gandhi, held in 1908, and Nelson Mandela, who was held 60 years later in 1968 for a short time before he was transferred. For his own safety, Mandela had his own bedroom in the fort, away from the general population. But make no mistake, it was still incarceration.
It's always with a heavy heart that I force myself to see the remnants of such ugliness, because otherwise, how do we learn and keep it from happening again?
Part of the pledge to never let it happen again, the newest building on Constitution Hill was Constitution Court, the highest court in South Africa, where 11 judges uphold the very first constitution established in 1994 to protect everyone's human rights. Constitution Hill marked the end of my Africa tour, but I still had the long flight home to get through, and after a short refresh at my hotel, Ephraim was there to send me off in style.
What an amazing and eye-opening 2 weeks in 8 African countries. I do have a few suggestions I want to pass on. You may have noticed me wearing these coiled bracelets on my wrists and ankles. They're mosquito repellents. This was the first time I'd used them, and I didn't get any bites except in my Johannesburg hotel when I'd taken them off. Second, in many locations, especially rural areas, there's no toilet paper and a lot of times no light, no lock, and no way to wash and or dry your hands. My recommendation is to keep a package of tissues or a few extra squares of TP in your purse just in case. I'm Ms. World Traveler Kerry Damiano, reminding you it's never too late to go somewhere new and try something different.